Good evening. We are from Group E. For our project presentation is benefit and agricultural waste. So before we start, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Amir Aimanul Hakim bin Muhammad Alias. My metric number is 192527.
My name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Nasarhan. My metric number is 197446.
My name is Tinisha Krishnan and my
Kavin?
metric number is 197742.
And hi, my name is Kavineshna Subramaniam and my matrix number is 195837.
Okay. So before we start the presentation, we would like to play a video, and please enjoy the video.
Behind the tree line resides a unique technological revolution. The world's first and largest commercial-scale cellulosic ethanol plant is now a reality in Crescentino, Italy.
Crescentino is the catalyst. We expected the reaction has started and it's not stoppable. We call it the beginning of a new era because this is the first time we have a real commercial scale facility producing ethanol from agricultural waste.
Because of this plant, agricultural waste from the farm's production can now be turned into fuel for cars. Is cellulosic ethanol that can reduce CO2 emissions by up to 90% compared with traditional gasoline.
This could be the event we look back on in 10 years' time when we just, as a normal thing, add ethanol from agricultural waste to our cars.
The plant only uses agricultural waste and energy crops from marginal lands. The feedstock is wheat straw, rice straw, and the energy crop Arundo donax. And the farmers in the region are happy about these new opportunities in an agricultural sector under pressure for years.
Penso che sia una grande opportunità per l'agricoltura poter produrre bioenergia.
From a radius of 70 kilometers, the agricultural waste left on the fields after the harvest are now collected and transported to the plant in Crescentino that can turn over up to 270,000 tons of biomass per year. The plant in Italy will not rely on only one type of crop as many other biorefineries do. As the seasons change, the crops are changing, and so is the source material for producing ethanol.
We bring the plant to the territory rather than forcing the territory to come to the plant. And therefore, you can use several biomass getting the same result.
The capacity for a full year's production is 75 million liters, or 20 million gallons of ethanol. Enough fuel for more than 50,000 cars.
I think a lot of people have had a lot of skepticism around if we could actually develop the right enzymes for doing this and getting all the other things in place for making this possible. Today, we have the facility, it's there, it's producing, it's not effective.
Okay, so now we move to the introduction of the benefit of agricultural waste. Actually, agricultural waste is a waste produced as a result of various agricultural operations. Agricultural waste are non-product output of production and processing of agricultural product. It is generally generated from cultivation, livestock and aquaculture. Agricultural waste has a toxicity potential to plant, animal and human through many direct and indirect channels. For example, fertilizer, which may contain ammonia, methane in manure fertilizer, sulfur dioxide, uranium in phosphate fertilizer, pesticide. So the farmer may cause a problem if they direct to the chemical. So to the neighborhood, if this chemical go through the water supply, so all the neighbor will have the problem as I mentioned before. Okay, agro waste is comprised of animal waste, fruit processing waste, crop waste, and hazardous and toxic agricultural waste. So now we estimate of agricultural waste are arising are rare, but they are generally true of contributing a significant proportion of the total waste matter in the developer world. Okay, next.
Okay, moving into the what is agricultural waste. Um, Actually, it's just same as like Ashraf mentioned just now. Agricultural waste is undesirable and unsaleable material as a result of various agricultural uh, agricultural operation like raising of the animals, raising of the wholesale nursery production, and also the harvesting the crops. And the example of agricultural waste is manure, waste from farms, poultry houses, and also slaughterhouses. And moving into the composition of the agriculture, which is also active in many forms, which is liquid, solid, and slurry form. The slurry form is actually semi-liquid. And next is agriculture, also known as agro waste. This is because we can actually gain the waste from the food processing, from the animal, and also the crops. Next, agricultural waste also may contain materials that can give advantages to human. So this section will explain briefly later. So waste management system. So waste management system consists of several steps, which is production, collection, transfer, storage, treatment, and also utilization. So first is the production. So this production meant actually the production of the waste, agricultural waste. So in the video, from the video just now, they say that the agricultural waste is just left on the field after the harvesting. So that is one of the example of the agricultural waste. So from there we can they can capture and gather the agricultural waste from the point of origin to the point of collection. So after that, the agricultural waste will transfer either storage or treatment. So basically, the storage is the temporary containment for the agricultural waste. If large amount of agricultural waste produced, half of it will send into the storage purpose, half of it will send to the treatment purpose. So in the treatment, the agricultural waste actually will treated in order to change the physical appearance of the agricultural waste, which is to change the moisture of the content. This is done to facilitate the effective and efficiency of the handling. Next is utilization. In the utilization, actually the agricultural waste will reuse or recycle in order to produce a beneficial product. So for example, we can produce bioenergy.
So next, let us move to the main content of the presentation, which is the agriculture's waste benefit. So we can take the benefits in three different aspects, which are from environment, economic, and social. If agriculture waste are managed systematically, various advantage we can obtain from the agriculture waste. So next, firstly, it's about the environmental benefits. The first benefit is the agriculture waste maintains the fertility of the soil. For example is the compost. It will increase the water storage capacity in the soil and destroying the pathogens. Compost supply main nutrients to the soil such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. We have another advantage of compost, which it is odorless. So organic matter in the compost improves the resistance of the soil against the erosive action of rain and wind. So the picture shows that compost preparation in the USM. So we can see that compost prepared in a pack, and they've been supplied to the plant. Next. The second benefit is that environmental the environmental benefits is that agriculture waste can reduce the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Generally, manure and urine can cause both nitrous oxide and methane emission to the atmosphere directly. So we have to take another alternative by burning the agriculture waste via anaerobic digestions. Here, the methane and carbon dioxide can be stored in the digester. Anaerobic digestion is a process where the organic are broken down. The organic example of organic are the waste from the animal and farm to produce the biogas and biofertilizer. The image shows that the comparison between the emission of carbon dioxide of the anaerobic digestion and the normal method of burning the waste. So there we can see that the emission of carbon dioxide in anaerobic digestion is lower compared to the normal method. So it is proven that this will reduce the amount of greenhouse gases to the atmosphere. Next, we will go to the economical benefits. The first benefit is that agriculture waste can reduce the cost of animal feeding. Generally, we know that fresh feed of animal are very expensive, although the nutrients supplied are sufficient. So we can use this agriculture waste to alternate the fresh feed. We can use this agriculture by alternating the feed with agriculture waste. So it may reduce the cost of animal feed, and also by using this agriculture waste as a feed, we can overcome the division of animal foodstuff in one country. So for example, we can see that corn stover are fed into beef cows, and groundnut horns for rabbits feed, wheat pollard for poultry and pig feed, and soybean and sesame are used for poultry and monogastric feed. Next. And we can see another benefit, which is source of renewable energy. Agriculture waste can be burned to form energy, whereas the chemical energy is converted into mechanical and next into electricity. So agriculture waste can be used to generate the electricity. We can generate the electricity for the own uses of the farmer itself, where they can use to lighten the barns and heat they can use the heat to keep the barns warm, and also they can use that for cooling milk. Another source of renewable energy that applies here is agriculture waste are burned and being used as a fuel. 50% of agriculture waste is used as fuel in a rural area by direct combustion in low efficiency furnace. As been mentioned in the video shown earlier, it is proven that agriculture waste has become a business to produce fuel. From the video, we can see the agriculture waste is converted into a cellulose ethanol, where the ethanol is the fuel is burned and to generate the energy. Next. So from the flow diagram here, we can see that the crops here is been one of the content that been burned in the anaerobic digester mentioned earlier. So where the biogas can be used as a fuel and gas grid, and the leftover substance can be used as a fertilizer too. Here the biogas can generate electricity and also heat energy.
So next is the social benefit. So first is it can generating better living quality for people. For For example, biomass energy industry provides employment. As we can see in the video, we can see that the overall process of the producing cellulosic ethanol, which actually involves many engineers, especially chemical engineers. So I think this will provide employment for many engineers, include chemical engineers. Next is reliability of biogas energy services in rural areas. So before this, the bioenergy production, not only biogas energy, also the other gasoline, usually we will get in the urban areas. But after we converting the agricultural waste into the beneficial products, the reliability of getting biogas energy also by the rural areas. So next is produce food to eradicate the famine and poverty by products from the biogas energy. For example, biochar and digestate at fertilizer. Next is improve people's health condition. The compost will reduce the odor and also reduce the risk of pathogen transfer. Other than that, reusing the agricultural waste actually reduces the burning of waste. This is because when we avoid burning, we can actually reduce the emission of carbon dioxide in the air, which eventually increase the air quality. And finally, the organic fertilizer with absence of toxic metal and pesticide may reduce the disease infection by the consumers. It is because the organic fertilizer contains zero pesticide.
Okay, so now we have reached the conclusion. Next. Okay, next slide. Alright. So people can conclude that, and also we can conclude that agricultural waste can be useful if they be treated in a proper management. Just like the video showed before, when the rice straw and the wheat straw be processed and become ethanol for as a fuel for to move for transport. And then we also have known about the importance of the agricultural waste management, just like Tinesa been said previously, and also about the 3R management, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. And also the benefit of agricultural waste can be reused as our renewable energy, and then it will help us to conserve our environment and to continue the sustainability of environment. So next. Okay, now this is the end of the presentation. We hope that you enjoy our presentation, and that's all from us. Thank you very much, and bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor.